BS Business University Marketing Training. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for this morning's ATS Business University Marketing Training. Excuse me. Today, we are actually going to discuss the different platforms to take over. I have asked Mr. Antonio P. Smith Jr. if each platform he is actually on each and every platform. And so as I go through the platform, Mr. Smith, if you would graciously tell us why you're on that platform and how you are dominating it. Because I follow you on every platform and you are dominating every platform.
And then you want me to tell you why I'm on it?
Yes.
They should be on it.
I want you to tell us why you're on it, because that would explain to us why we should be on it. I want to start off with the first one. This one, it started off as Musical.ly, but now it's called TikTok. Now, TikTok is an emerging creative platform that is popular amongst younger teenage-like audience. The channel allows people to make and upload original music, comedy skits, and educational videos. And Gary Vee recommends using this platform if you're a born entertainer, like a singer, comedian, or dancer. So how do you use it? It's simple. Work those hashtags and collaborate. If you've actually been on TikTok, which again formerly was Musical.ly, you'd actually go on there and see that it's not just for the younger teenage-like audience. There are grown professionals on there, and they're enjoying themselves. I've seen police officers, I've seen nurses, I've seen office staff, I've seen people working out, I've seen our military, I've seen dancers, I've seen singers. You can make the little funny voices, you can use it for comedy. So my question to Antonio is, Mr. Smith, why are you on TikTok?
If you keep the class going like this, it's going to be a pretty interesting and a fairly good class. I'm on TikTok because it's poised to be one of the next best things. Now, I'm not telling you it will be, but I'm telling you I've got my hat in the fire to do so. There's a few reasons why that all of you need to be paying attention to. It was Musical.ly, now it's TikTok. It's just short videos. I think 15 seconds or something like that. The short videos. I've been testing. I'm testing. I've been recording a lot of videos to get in there to dominate. I'm not dominating just yet. I'm just testing the waters and stuff, but I've been testing it for a while. You should be, Gary Vee does he said something that I'll say real quick, and then I'll be able to frame the rest of this call under this saying. You want to be spending 79% of your main platform and then 21% on the rest. Because you never know what's going to happen. Tempest had brought it out in both a training and one of her posts that she had posted a while back when Facebook went down not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago. Some of you were screwed. I wasn't at all. Money doesn't stop for me because a social network goes down or stop being cool because I'm in all of them. So concisely, TikTok I'm on TikTok for two main reasons. It's all video. Fastest way to build trust online is video. This makes sense. Well, let me not say two main reasons. Then it's video made cool. Attention, right? Attention follows, money follows attention. And here's the most important reason. It's pretty much all young folk. Gianna, you're right. There are some older folk, but they're only there to get the young folk. Now, I want you all to pay attention to this real quick. If you're going after the 11 to 30 crowd, 11 to 30, right now they're not your customer. The 11 to 30 crowd is not your customer, more than likely. But if you're smart and you do what I do, 10 years from now, you will create a brand. If you go after them now, and you go after 11 to 30, when that time that 11-year-old turns 21, that 11-year-old would have known you for 10 years. Get 21 and become a loyal customer to you. That's why I'm on TikTok. There is no payout for me. There's no short-term payout for me with TikTok, and it won't be. But I don't play the short-term game. I play the long-term game. I want all of them to graduate college screwed over and say, man, got to get into this ATS British University.
Wow.
If you can't get me, I can't even repeat that to even make it more simpler. You might want to, I don't know. Maybe they didn't hear. Maybe if you heard me, let me know. If I spark some ideas and questions, let me know. If you want to drop some comments, whatever. But I said what I said and I meant it.
Question: if I got on TikTok, and I understand that math is boring, but if I got on TikTok with a bunch of ones, tens, and hundreds, and was teaching place value, would that be good?
Yes, if you made it fun,
Right.
If you made it cool. If you just came the crazy, funny math teacher on there, it's not a payout for you. 10 years from now, it will be. And you may surprise yourself even sooner. You understand what I'm saying? But if you made it like Count Dracula, you know, if you did instead of Count Dracula, you did, I don't know, Girl Dracula or something. I don't know. Just something that's funny, cool, and and grabs attention, you'd be just fine. You all need to stop. How much is your business going to be affected when people can no longer Google you? Because it's going to happen one day. One day it's going to happen. In fact, let me repeat it because we got people coming in. Deanna asked me, why am I on TikTok, which is formerly Musically? And I've been testing. I've got videos there. You can go see. I've been testing. I'm getting ready. I'm poised for domination, but I'm testing. I'm there because it has a lot of attention. It's videos only, which means it's a fast way to build trust on the internet. It's video because it's face-to-face. And the most important thing, the 11 to 30 crowd is over there. They don't buy from you now, necessarily me now, but think about this 11-year-old, little Jack. I am in little Jack's ears and going to his heart. When Jack, 10 years from now, when Jack turns 21, Jack is going to be a leader of a generation that's going to be all mine. Because I am constantly after the 11 to 30 crowd. I know the payoff isn't short term, but I'm not playing a short term game. I plan on being around 10 years from now. And all those 11-year-olds that none of y'all are paying attention to, I'm on them. All those parents that y'all making fun of for getting their kids smartphones too early, how dare you let them on social media at 11? I'm on them. 10 years from now, they're my customers. That's why I'm on TikTok. That's what you should do. Don't try to sell them. Make it fun. Be Bill Nye, the science guy. Well, you create you. Grace Nye, the science pie, right? You get it? Create that and make it fun. Okay. I don't know if you can pull up on the internet. I mean, on your laptop, but it doesn't even matter. Just somebody already posted the link. Great, posted the link. See if they want to challenge or feedback, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll move on. I can assure you, though, let me just say this one thing. I can assure you, me telling y'all that I have an active plan that has already been happening right now to get little 11-year-old Jack at 21, 99% of y'all ain't even thinking like that. That's why I stay relevant, though.
I'm thinking like that now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, but I had
Okay,
wanted
so
to say. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had one to say because Antonio had asked like, what did we like get out of that? And I wanted to say that I got the fact that I need to be on TikTok ASAP because all young people love shoes, and I just dropped a shoe line, and I need to be trying to get all these young folks, parents, money, so these young folks can be in these shoes.
Now watch this here. Here's the crazy part. I got you on my TikTok page showing off your dress shoes for the last month. You just thought about it. I done already exploited you in some good dress shoes on my TikTok page to the young folk already.
I appreciate you for the foot in the door. I'm going to come kick it in.
Awesome. Thank you. So, Antonio, thank you so much for that. Again, TikTok, ladies and gentlemen, I would definitely go look at it, try it out, see what is trending on there, and incorporate yourself and your brand into that. Now, Ms. Pamela J., you had a question. You said, how should a Twitter username read, i.e. short, trendy, etc.? Give examples of your Twitter name.
Yeah, and to be honest, in this question, it doesn't matter how it reads, as long as it can be read. They're going to call you whatever they're going to call you anyway, even if they can't understand your name. The name on Twitter doesn't matter. It's the rules of business as you know it, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't really apply. Social media doesn't really care about questions like that. If you have a name that they can't pronounce, they're just going to put the first two of your screen name on the last two. So if it's something, you know what? Here's a perfect example of this. There's a congresswoman who is the second most popular congresswoman. If you're conservative, you probably don't like her. Someone tell me who she is. At Congress. From New York.
AOC?
In New York. AOC. And that's my point. Did you see what she called her? AOC. And that's what we'll do with your name. If I can't pronounce it, we'll just put AOC. Do you get it? Like she set up my question even better than when I was trying to set it up. I know you know her name, but you're like, man, I don't know, I want to mess up the name. So AOC, listen, and that's what we'll do on Twitter. And any social media world works that way. If I can't pronounce it, I'm gonna, hey, AOC. Or if you say Queen this, hey Queen, hey Dream, we're gonna your social media name will be nicknamed anyway. It just will be. It just will be, because the goal on social media is to escape the responsibility of life. In life, I actually have to learn how to pronounce your name. On social media, I'm trying to use as less energy as possible because I'm escaping that responsibility. I don't want to say your name. If I wanted to say your name, you know what? Start talking real quick.
Okay, I said okay. Me personally, I like TikTok. If you do like little cartoons or things like that, it would be really awesome. I actually get lost in TikTok like some people get lost on Facebook. Just to give you an idea. So I would definitely recommend TikTok. And just like Antonio said, the 11 and 30-year-olds, catch them now. By the time they hit 21, they're all yours.
I'm not gonna be able to play this video, but there's a video about it. This guy's name is Ray William Johnson. Yeah, that's his name. Ray William Johnson. He's got a long name, but he sings his name, Ray William Johnson, and you have to get used to it. He did a funny video about dating in the 21st century, like dating today. And he went and talked to the guys, his locker room talk. Hey man, I met this girl. Ooh, and then the three boys go, and then what? And then I took her home and I Googled her. Okay? So that's how the video goes. And they go, ooh, and then what? And then I saw Ray Williams Johnson, that's it. And then I saw her social media. Ooh, right? And then what? It just goes on and on. And then I added her as a friend. Ooh, and this is real talk. And then she gets to all these, and I text her, and I did this, and then they go, what's the bad news? And then he goes, and she called me. And they go, oh my God, no. And then what? And then she want me to meet her parents. Oh my God, right? They go, let's go. And then what? Then she wants to meet. Oh, that's not too bad. In person. And then they just start throwing up. And they call 911. And, they literally call 911 to report that he has to meet this girl face to face now. Okay, right? You get it. Now, you see, Sarah says our young people need help. Although that's a parody, it's kind of accurate. It's kind of accurate. Although it's a parody and it's kind of accurate, social media is meant for me not to have to talk to you. Some of y'all, here's what's crazy. Some of you, you're on these calls all the time. Certification, it's going to be kind of weird to see something. Some of you are going to have a weird time seeing each other for the first time. Because this is so easy. But then you're going to have to actually talk.
Yes.
You want to sit next to me? Hey, I'm going to just, you understand? And it's going to be difficult for some of you. Because even in your older age, the whole point of social media is to escape the responsibilities of your life. So it's just a long way of answering the question. The name doesn't matter. Not that you can come up with a great name, but if I want to abbreviate it, I will. And they're going to do whatever they want to do. It's the same reason we don't say laughing out loud, we say LOL. We go out our way. If we can shorten up LOL, we do. Actually, we do. We made emojis. Okay? We made emojis. And if we could, go ahead, John.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say
No,
what's funny is my wife had to reach out to her son and on some questions and stuff. And he responded back to her with all, like LOL and all this stuff. And she handed me her phone going, what is he saying? Is he answering me or not? And I had to actually translate to her everything he was saying, because that's what he was doing, was just emojis and just short abbreviations. I mean, when he answered her with okay, he just said K. And she goes, what does he mean by K? And I said, because he's too damn lazy. He's right in. Okay. Zero, the letter's okay. You just shorten it to K.
There you go.
That's where we're going.
Yep, and you know what? And all of you who criticize it, you're not going to make money. I'm embracing it. And anybody like me embracing it, I'm going to make money, because I understand that your son is on social media or anything like it to not have to be whatever he is supposed to be. That's what real life is for. We don't even say real life. We say RL. That's what real, if you ever see someone say RL on social media, that means real life. Okay? All right. The goal is, technology is supposed to make you lazy and comfortable. That's the job of technology. That's the job. Those who embrace that, and let me say it this way. In my town, where my principal office is in Galveston, 25, where we just hit the season. Spring, from March to October, $25 million a weekend will go through Galveston, Texas. All the locals complaining about traffic don't have the awareness enough to know that someone like me, that traffic is dollars. So while they're complaining about the traffic, Jerome, they're avoiding the dollars because they're complaining about traffic. I've embraced the traffic, so I cash in the traffic to my bank account. Take it out of Galveston, put it into you. If young folk are always on the phone, or if the phone or text message has made us so disconnected in society and we need to get back to the old ways, you're not going to make any money. If you embrace what is going on, then you find a way to make sure that they're looking at you all day. why you think I became the Netflix of personal development.
Actually, what I do is I pay attention to the audience that I'm texting to. So if it is somebody my age, for the most part, I spell everything out. But the moment I start talking to my son, it's LOL, RL, and all the different abbreviations and emojis. So I look at my audience, and that's how I text.
And that's what you should do. And that's pretty much going to be the basis of most of this call, except for it being social media, how you communicate and use social media. That's a high level of EQ. So good job, John. John?
Thank you so much for TikTok. Now the next one is Snapchat. In the keynote, Becoming a Personal Brand, because that's the keynote that we've been, Antonio's keynote, Becoming a Personal Brand is what we've been going on here. It says Snapchat is one of the most underestimated platforms amongst marketers. Contrary to Facebook and Instagram, Snapchat is the best platform to post unfiltered, raw content. Gary calls it one of the best platforms to truly differentiate yourself and scale your personal brand. This is because Snapchat forces you to show your true personality. Therefore, the way to grow your audience is simple. Speak your truth, share your story, and collaborate with other people to grow your audience. It falls in line with your authenticity. If you have ever looked at Snapchat, it's simply snapping someone saying something, being their authentic self, and posting it. Antonio, you have a Snapchat. Why did you go get on Snapchat, and how did you use it to market your brand?
Yeah, so I've just got out the testing Snapchat mode, and now I'm going into domination mode. And I shouldn't have been testing in the first place, but it's just me getting late to Snapchat. Jeff's been on Snapchat since the first filter. Now, it's the same concept as TikTok, the 11 to 30 crowders over there. If you are, let me look at someone. No. John, maybe. No one else. No one. None of you have a product for the younger audience. None of you. If you're selling a hoodie, Bryant, tennis shoes, you need to be on Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. That's where your audience is. If you know that your audience is young, seriously, if you're selling, I don't know, do-rags and it's all sorts of stuff young people get. If you're in the market for them, you should be on Snapchat, Instagram for a different reason, but in TikTok. You really should. The reason why I'm there on Snapchat is because the same cut. So everything I just said about TikTok applied here, but I'm going to give you a new nuance here. Snapchat is where you can be your true, authentic self. It's where you don't put anything professional on Snapchat. They don't want to see that. That's why first off, don't even, and stop complaining about how you don't understand Snapchat. That's why they're over there. They didn't want your old self over there. Receive that. Receive it, because every time they tried to be themselves on Facebook, you came in with the comment, I didn't raise you like that. That's why they left. You know what I'm saying? At least you get that. I have a friend that I mentored. She's, 22 now. She posted on Snapchat yesterday a picture. It's not even, she's fully clothed. She's just a young 22-year-old skinny girl with a body, a body. She's healthy. She's got a six-pack, and she pops where she's supposed to pop. You understand? Fully clothed, nothing tight. And I promise you, it said, since the seasoned saints won't let me post this on Facebook. All it was a picture. All it was a picture. But it says, loving my body. Think about that. She realizes that she couldn't post a regular, a belly button wasn't shown, nothing. She's actually a preacher. You know what I'm saying? But the seasoned saints won't let the preacher put on a regular T-shirt and say, love my body. So she's on Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? Snapchat's when you get to be authentic. You don't get to be professional on Snapchat. You can be. It ain't going to work out for you. Snapchat is when you it's when you get on a private jet and you say, hey, I'm in a private jet. Everybody listen to me. Look what's going on here. It's cool. You put that on Snapchat. It's when you're in the studio getting ready to record something for the first time or second time or third time or whatever, and you show them behind the scenes. Snapchat is MTV Cribs behind the scenes. It's, you understand, it's BET Uncut behind the scenes. That's talking to my younger folks. Snapchat is, and I got to talk to my older folk now, lifestyle of the rich and famous. You see what I just did there? I'm going to do it again, see if you catch it. I want you to see if you can. Okay, some of y'all got it, what I just did. MTV Cribs, BET Uncut. Some of y'all got that. You depending on your 37 and under, you're like, okay, I remember that. BET After Dark. Ooh, all right now. Okay. Lifestyle of the rich and famous. Yeah, you remember that, but you don't remember no episodes, but they do. You understand? Lifestyle of the rich and famous. You know, the guy the great with the English accent. This is how, you know, all that stuff like that. That's Snapchat. The behind the scenes of this is my fabulous life. Check it out. Or I am backstage with DJ Khaled. That stuff, not the professional stuff. If you're a keynote speaker, it's not putting your keynote on Snapchat. It's putting you standing behind stage while they're introducing you, and the dude is miking you up. Robin Leach, so right. And the dude is miking you up, and you're having that conversation right there. But while they're saying your name, that's what they want to see on Snapchat. You can put your keynote there, but they want to see you they want to see behind the stage when they never get to before. That's the concept you put on Snapchat. And it's the same concept I said with TikTok. If you want to make the 11 to 30 audience fall in love with you before they start buying from you, you need to be on Snapchat or and play the long-term game. If you have a real product for young folks, you need to be there as fast as possible, especially Instagram. But I'll address Instagram when it's time because Instagram is a whole different animal.
Thank you, Antonio. So guys, go get a Snapchat. Have fun. Show them the behind the scenes footage. The next one is Twitter. Gary calls Twitter the water cooler of our society. It's a place where everyone goes to get the latest update on any event or subject. He describes it as the most conversational platform out there. As Gary Vee says, the key to be successful on this medium is to listen very carefully. Follow the conversations about your niche closely and connect with the people who are passionate about what you have to say. Jump into the conversations. Of course, Antonio T. Smith Jr. has a Twitter. He is extremely active on his Twitter. I am a follower on his Twitter. So Antonio, what your Twitter account? How do you use your Twitter account? How do you use it for marketing and building your brand?
Yeah, Twitter is something I've grossly just failed in for a decade. Just failed. I mean, just failed. Grade F. F, negative F is what I got in Twitter. Here in the last year, I have increased my Twitter following by 100%. And you're talking about a couple of thousand people. Because I finally get Twitter. Tempest's favorite platform is Twitter, so I'll definitely let her say something here. And then I'll even let her tag on to what I'm saying about Twitter too. 3 things I realized about Twitter. Twitter is for showing off, sharing your opinion, and starting conversations. Twitter is for, what's this, street flavor. I just looked over there at the, the chat. Showing off, sharing your opinion, and showing off, sharing opinion, starting conversations. Twitter enjoys public conversations. We like the whole retweet thing, okay, or the quote tweet thing. I want to see the whole conversation publicly. This is where like Gary says, the water cooler. I want to see the conversation in the water cooler, right? That's what Twitter is for. There's also, most important, the more I show off on Twitter, the more followers I get. Showing off, sharing your opinion. This is the real part of Twitter. You need to have an opinion on Twitter. And it needs to be a real opinion. And the more that opinion is, the more followers. Period, point blank. It needs to be an opinion. You need to either tweet someone's opinion or you need to have your own opinion. If Donald Trump do something, you need to go talk about it on Twitter. You can talk about it on Facebook. That's different. It's different. Talking about what Trump said on Facebook is different than Twitter. And I'll have Tempest break down why it's different than Twitter. I can do it, but I'm going to love the way she's going to do it. Or talking about what some celebrity did that was cool. If there is a live event, boxing, UFC fight, Olympics, just wait till next year's Olympics. Twitter in 2008 ruined the Olympics. Seriously, it was the first time ever in Olympic history in 2008. Because remember, they were in Beijing, I believe, in 2008. In Beijing. It might not be right. No, it was. It was in Beijing, China. I'm pretty sure. Look that up for me. But I'm pretty sure it was Beijing. And then what NBC tried to do with anyway, the classic journalist, is China, right? Okay, yeah. Here's what happened. They tried to literally show you 17-hour-old footage as if it was new. Twitter wouldn't have that. Twitter wasn't. It was the first time the Olympics had to adjust to social media. Because what they were trying to do was show you NBC prime time where you would be there. Twitter was like, nah, we just told the news. It just happened. At 3 o'clock in the morning, the news was breaking that Michael Phelps just won. So what they had to do was say, okay, this happened previously, but we're going to show it on prime time. So they had to spin the narrative. Here's what happened, so you can know it. Now we'll show you later all how it happened. And my point of saying this is Twitter is where you go to have live, quick, fast conversations and share an opinion before anybody else. Tempest, unmute your mic. You are the queen of Twitter. You taught me how to use it.
Yes.
Give us some more insights, because then I ain't even mentioned Black Twitter. I ain't even got there.
I would say if you get on Twitter, you need to be yourself, not try to be your brand. I know that's kind of confusing and kind of oxymoronic, considering we always talk about being a brand. But people don't want to know your brand. They want to know who you are. They want to know what your thoughts are. They don't want to be sold. They just want to get to know you. So if you're on Twitter trying to sell, you're not going to get the engagements and the following that you desire. I will say a great time to jump into Twitter and learn about it is when something live is going on, and it doesn't have to be a sporting event. It could be like the R. Kelly interview. People were live tweeting during the interview, like their reactions and their thoughts. So I would say if you're watching something, or if it's something like that, like an interview or something
or
major
your favorite TV show.
Or your favorite TV show. Okay, yes, thank you. I'm glad
Yeah,
you
I
brought
forgot all
that
about that till you said it. Yeah.
So Scandal, it was a show by Shonda Rhimes with Kerry Washington, was the first show that people got on Twitter and live tweeted about. And that's how Scandal blew up, because people were on Twitter talking about this Black woman in DC sleeping with the president of the United States. And That was the first. That was the first. Someone was talking about this on Twitter a couple months ago. That was the first TV show that live tweeted with the cast and the crew, going back and forth with their own thoughts and opinions about what was going on. So I would say when something is happening or when it's breaking news going on, that is definitely when you want to jump on Twitter to learn the culture and see how it goes.
There you go. And I'm glad she brought up the TV show. Well, she put in my mind of TV shows. If you have a TV show, which I rarely watch TV, but whenever I want to get into a new TV show, and I promise you I do this, because every episode, the fans of that show are running to Twitter using the hashtag, the approved hashtag of that show. I'll tell you which one I did specifically. It was Halle Berry's new show. It was about an alien. I can't remember the name of it. It's finding out for me. It came out about 4 years ago. It was first off.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But it was Halle Berry TV show, and I was like, wait a minute, it's one of the greatest actresses of all time on the small screen. This is confusing to me, and I went. The show is amazing. It was so amazing I had to stop watching it because I couldn't work. I just had to stop. I had to boycott the show because she was messing with my money. Okay, I had to just boycott the show. It's amazing, but I did watch the whole season 1. What's the name of it? XT. That's it. Amazing. And if you put in that hashtag on Twitter, you're going to see every episode worth of commentary. That's what made me go watch that show. Because every time I want to get into a new show, I just put in the hashtag on Twitter. And those commentaries would tell me if I want to watch it. Strained. Strained. It was on FX. Show about vampires, but not in a traditional way. The Office, the Office commentary on Twitter is ridiculous. Think about us as a mastermind group watching one show and we get to talk. That's what Twitter is. It's all about that. And the more you do it, is the more you'll get people to agree. Tim, you want to say anything else?
Nope.
All right. Move on from Twitter. Oh, wait. I left one thing out of Twitter out. I sure did. I left one important thing out of Twitter. I do not watch my timeline on Twitter, and no one does. Maybe Tempest does because she's weird. But outside of Tempest, no one watches their timeline on Twitter. You create lists. What happens is you'll see how many times you've been added to someone's list. Okay, she said, yup, add timeline. No one watches their timeline. No one. I don't have time. Too many people. I create lists of people of who I want to see. And there's all sorts of lists. Funny people, inspirational people, people who inspire me, authors, this. So when I go to that list, that's the timeline I want to see. If someone has added you to a list, let me tell you, some of you Facebook folk or you older folk, you're going to be like, you don't add me to a list without my permission because you're trying to add Twitter lists with Facebook groups. You're trying to make these equal. They're not the same. If someone has added you to a list, laugh that tip. If someone has added you to a list, it is a compliment. They're saying you are something I want to see often whenever I open up this list. If you're not getting on lists and Twitter, you need to do better. I think that was pretty good. In fact, let's see something real quick. If I'm logged into Twitter, I'll show you. I'm not sure if I'm logged in. But if not, I am logged in. It's all simple. Like it's all there. Let me share my screen. Everything is user friendly. Remember, y'all, this isn't the 90s to where stuff was difficult. Okay, here's mine. It would seem like I just told you, my following was at 1,000 last year. Now it's 200% more. Again, it's 200% more. This is basically 2,000 followers and boom. Now, I got 23 notifications I should probably check out, so I'll do them in front of you. Oh, well, Scott. And this is, look, people on Deanna, Jazz, this is people loving me, right? You get it? Oh, that's Robin. Hey, Robin. Yay, it's Robin. Now, all this stuff here, right? Now, in here, see, this is trending hashtags, but, you know, I won't even go to that. You can learn this stuff on your own. I'm looking for, Tippers, help me find list. I do this from my phone.
I will not because I don't know how to get to it because I don't use that feature.
You don't use that feature? Okay. I am never on Twitter in fact, this feels very weird to even think about being on Twitter on my laptop. There we go. List. Go to my face, list. I have 5 lists. Okay. I have 5 lists. And these 5 lists, this is what, oh yeah, this is stuff, apps, doesn't matter. People inspire me is the only one that really matters to me. Go back here. List. So I basically have one list because these are apps that doesn't matter. And in this list, 21 people, I just come in here and I look at my timeline. Look, this is the people I want to see, y'all. Ain't nobody got time to see all the other crap. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning. Look, you get it? This is my approved timeline. That's on my buddy right there too. Neil Donald Walsh. This is what I do. Now watch. List member of. This is how many lists I'm members of. This is how many people. Look, life coaches list. Do y'all see how far I'm scrolling? Mm-hmm. You see it? Can you see how many people have added me to the list? Can you see it? All right. That's how many people. Peace Supporter was one of those lists. People add me to the list because they're saying, I only want to see this guy. That's power of Twitter. Well, one of them. Me and Tempest use Twitter. She uses it better than me because she's like great at Twitter. And she don't even want a big Twitter. You rarely see Tempest share where you can follow her on Twitter. You rarely see her do that. She likes her Twitter personal. Okay, I think we covered it.
Thank you, boss man. Thank you, boss lady. Greatly appreciated. She said that is a point. So the next one is YouTube. I have watched you grow your YouTube page, boss man. On the keynote, Becoming a Personal Brand, you said, as you probably know, YouTube is the #1 platform for video creators. What's remarkable is that YouTube's daily viewership is gradually closing in on TV's 1.25 billion hours per day. Instead of flopping on the couch in front of the television, more and more people now grab their mobile device and watch YouTube content. Gary Vee's recommendation is simple. You have to give this platform a try. Even if you think you're not camera worthy, start simple, make an easy vlog, document your life, and improve the quality along the way. Antonio, your YouTube page is growing. Well, actually, no, I've watched you grow it in a matter of months, actually. On top of that, the content that you post. So can you help us in posting on YouTube? What videos on YouTube? How did you grow your list so quickly? What marketing did you do? And how do you use YouTube for your marketing?
Yeah, Twitter is a whole different conversation. Now we're getting into real social media that is of my brand. I'm not saying Twitter and Snapchat and all these were not real social media, of my brand. So right now I have 4,665 followers, which is very hard to get to. I got that in less than a year. Okay, got that. I went from 24 people to 4,000 because I'll test, and once I crack the code, it's over. It's domination time. So I use YouTube. First off, let me just tell you, all of you need to be posting on YouTube no matter what. It doesn't matter. I don't care what your preference is at all. You don't have an option because YouTube is the hardest platform to grow followers. It is the hardest platform to grow followers. Don't worry about the people watching your videos. Post it. Okay? I don't have enough head nods in agreement with that. I know most people got their cameras off, but I feel like I'm getting resistance right there. Stop worrying about if people are watching your videos. That's your problem. How many of you, give me one person that's willing to admit you started a new show, you were excited, no one watched it, and you got demotivated and you gave up. And you no longer do that show. I want to hear from you audibly.
I was one of those people. I started the DeMarie show. I was excited about it. I was like, yes, I have my own TV show. You know, I'm going to be like Oprah. You know, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to interview this person, I'm going to interview that person. And this is how I'm going to do it. And as it went up on YouTube, on Facebook, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, nobody's really watching my episode. Like, nobody's really watching it, so nobody really wants to see me. You know what? I'm just not gonna do the show anymore. That was me, and I also noticed that that's why I rarely do videos. Like, I can do this better than actually go and do a video and post it on Facebook. I can sit here and train, but to go on Facebook to do a video for my branding or to just be, like you always say, just cut it on. You don't have to be ready. And I'm one of those people, like, wait, no, I have to be ready. I have to know what I'm going to say. I have to know how I'm going to say it. It has to be scripted. I have to look a certain way. Yeah, so when it came down to the TV show, it was like, well, nobody's really watching. So, I'm just not going to do it anymore. Who else? Who else is gonna jump on the sword with me? Who else is gonna do this?
Not alone. This is James. I was at that point. I gave up really quick too. So I just see it for me as just start fresh. I like how you said do not you don't have to be ready. Like, that was the key. For me, I had to have everything perfect before I start. Now I'm realizing just start. It'll get perfected on its journey.
Fair enough. I like that. It'll get perfected on its journey. Who else? Don't lie. It ain't got to be YouTube. You started a Facebook Live show.
Okay, since y'all gonna
it.
keep hitting at me.
Come on.
Since y'all gonna keep hitting at me, I guess I got to unmute and say something. Y'all remember One Way? You remember One Way?
Yep, sure do. Sure do.
Yeah.
It was your big baby.
Yes, One Way was my baby. We're gonna start her back, but I allowed the lack of views and the lack of attention that watch what I use, that I expected it to get. See, I expected just off my name to get X amount of views. Like, I expected to get at least 7 views because my name and my team. If don't nobody else support me, my team will. But because I got one view. And I'm like, well, One Way hit a dead end. One Way ran into a dead end. And I stopped doing it. And I had one guy actually reached out to me. And I'll say his name on recording. His name is Isaac J. McNeese. He reached out to me. He said, dude, why did you stop doing One Way? That is powerful. And I had all kind of excuses for him. Man, my production ain't seeming right. I want to upgrade. Let me upgrade the production. Let me get some better cameras and to make sure I look better on camera. And
this is loser talk, by the way, y'all.
Yeah.
And absolutely. All of y'all talk like losers.
Absolutely. And I was like, let me upgrade the production, make sure my lighting and stuff right, and I'm gonna get it started back. And that's what we'll do. Like, to even go further with the point Deanna made, we'll say we'll get it started back when I get. And as many times as Antonio, 2J3 just said something very powerful. just started and figured out along the way. Sir, I want to let you know how powerful you made a statement. Antonio been teaching me that for almost 3 years, and I just did that. Almost 3 years later. I just moved on something, and I'll figure it out later. But he's been telling me what you just said.
You should have an intervention in here today. We about to get them, y'all. Good job. I appreciate the transparency. Who else? I can't explain YouTube until y'all admit that you've been talking like losers. Who else?
I have been, Robin.
Come on. Let me hear this loser talk.
Oh, so I wouldn't say necessarily I developed the loser talk because I started a show, and then when we wasn't getting the viewership as we thought that we were going to get, I had people within the group that was saying, well, we need to do this and we need to do that, and the views got to go up, and I don't feel like this is worth anything, and we're taking time off to do this. And then it made me start second guessing, like, should I have dragged these girls in to do this? Maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we need to have better content, because it was like, we don't have any content. Everybody has to be prepared. And one thing that I looked at was that at the beginning of the year last year, we was going hard, and then it stopped. And then when the confrontations came in, everything stopped. And I tried to rebuild it even by myself. And then life happens, and then I stop, and it's been hard for me to get back to doing the same show, which was called Bougie Talk. So I haven't done it in a long while, a couple months now, because of just that inside negative talk, thinking like, is it worth it? Should I do it? And it's so interesting is that now that the girls are gone and they're somewhere else, I was on Instagram one day and it just came up in my feed. And what did I see them doing? The same exact thing that we were doing when they were here working with me. And I was just like, but I thought what we were doing wasn't good enough. So why would you take what we were doing here to go do it somewhere else if it was never good enough from the beginning? And so if anything, so I went through, let's do this. Then I went through the self-negative talk, thinking it wasn't worth anything. Then to see somebody else then to see the same people do the same thing somewhere else. And then turn around, I'm like, okay, you know what? It put that fire in me. It's not the fact that I know that I'm the creator. I know that I am a creator, and not what they do is bad, but I'm the creator, period. And so it kind of, and of course, going through the coaching that we go through, it has put another fire in me. So now I come up with the whole 6 minute or less clips that I have, and it keeps, I just keep moving regardless. So I don't have any outside negative talk. And I know that my negative talk within myself is only from me. And sometimes I gotta yell to myself in my head and just like, shut up, Robin. Shut that crap up. That BS ain't gonna make you no money. Regardless, you gotta keep moving and just keep moving. So, but no, I have had that whole negative talk where I shut down something that was really, really good. And hopefully I'm brave enough to pick it back up in the right way that I want to. So yeah.
Good stuff. Appreciate your transparency. All of this is loser talk. None of y'all are losers, but all of this is loser talk. Go ahead, Talisha. Is that Talisha?
Yeah, I wanted to mention, for a while I felt like I wasn't a loser and I wasn't doing loser talk, because I was like, oh yeah, I got my etiquette talk with Talisha every Monday, and a good friend of yours, Antonia, spoke to me one day and was like, Talisha, I want to see you every day giving an etiquette tip. And I was like, this is the same BS Antonia and them had already told me. And I just refused to do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing loser talk because there's people out there that do want to see me do my etiquette talk every day, and I just want to do it on one day out the week. So that has shown me, yes, I am doing loser talk, whether I want to agree with it or not. I am doing it. And Robin, your show, and even Bryant, I want to say both of them sound like very good topics, sound like very good shows. One thing I want to mention, Antonio, if you don't mind me putting in, is even with you guys give a lot of content. My only thought regarding what Robin said and what Bryant was talking about with their shows, even with my show, people are sometimes, we got to ask ourselves, are we managing our time wisely? Because even though everyone puts out a show, we got to think about, maybe that person is not that they don't want to watch your stuff, is that they got to make sure that they're not spending majority of the time watching you and not concentrating on their own work that they need to put in for themselves. Because sometimes I will use you guys as an excuse of why I haven't done my work today. Oh, there's 6 p.m. Oh, there's 7 p.m. talk this day. Oh, there's this, and this. And I'm motivating myself, but am I putting out the work to spend time on my own stuff? So I did want to mention.
Makes sense. Well, it's worth mentioning, and it's also worth me mentioning a bit more onto that. So that's worth mentioning. However, this is why you go build more than the audience of Talisha. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some of your people, all of your people are going to say, I need to manage my time. Then you have to say, is my content worth interrupting people's time? You need to ask yourself, is my content, when they slow down and consume my content, will it speed them up in their business or their whatever that you're taking them to? So all these things need to be considered too. So what Talisha said is correct. At the same time, it's y'all letting y'all righteousness keep you in poverty. Does AT&T say, hey, Daryl, I know you got Verizon and all, but do you mind if I show you this commercial? No. Y'all need to start doing like the big boys do. No gender intended, but just a phrase. I mean, honestly, how many of y'all have AT&T by show of hands? I know Tempest does. No one else on the phone call, just Tempest. All right, so let's use that number. And how many of y'all are going to see an AT&T commercial today? Now, it would make sense that AT&T say, y'all not my audience. AT&T say, but you about to be. And you won't see me until you switch, even if it take you 15 years to switch. What I'm not going to do is have just Tempest watch me and go, you know what? It's not working. Nope. I'm going to keep on doing it. So let's get back to YouTube. Well, we've been on YouTube, but let's keep going deeper in YouTube. YouTube, by right. YouTube is where you're building your own TV station. And don't worry if everyone is not your parishioner, your customer, the person that you're looking to or watching, consuming your content. And don't worry about them consuming your content now, because you know what? People don't want to subscribe to you just yet. It's okay, but they're going to watch. Here's how I use YouTube. And it's so many different ways. For one, I am coming for your freedom. I'm an old folk, so I know when to pause after I said something. I'm coming for your freedom. I don't want you to be free. I want you to be free with me. There's a difference between the way you think and I think. I get is 24 hours in a day. And I get, that 24 hours, there's so much screen time that you can use. Okay? If you're a video gamer, I get that I'm now competing with Fortnite and everybody else just to get your attention. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you, I don't play video games. I don't have that problem. Some of y'all listen to music all day. Where my music heads at? My music heads. You just walk around singing all day long. You understand? If you headphones in, you just walk around singing. You understand who you are. That's screen time. The more you singing is the more you ain't listening to me. I have a problem with this. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I understand that I need to continuously pump out content. But remember, I'm in a different business than you. Y'all want to be motivational speakers. That's check to check. Let's not glorify speaking on stage. That's check to check. Stage to stage equals check to check. I ain't about that life. Don't glorify employment. Stage to stage is check to check. Period. Point blank. Book to book. These days is check to check. You better start making a program or a podcast out your book. You see what I just did there? By the way, go ahead and watch Jerome and Talisha. So happy and series podcast. You go ahead and see that. One of my people to post that. Yes, sir.
When you say podcast, because this is something I've been interested in, and you said book to book is check to check and stage to stage check to check. How do you turn a podcast? What you just said, you better turn your book into a podcast. I'm in the layman stages of everything, but I'm a sponge as far as a learner. So could you explain that in a way
Sure.
how that works?
Absolutely. A podcast is a radio station. It literally stands for iPod Radio Cast. Podcast up into one. Invented by Apple. Basically, it's your own radio station. Now, in order to answer your question, John, how does your radio station get you to be a customer? Well, Tempest know that either? Yes, that's what it stands for, yes. I actually introduced Tempest to podcasts. It's one of the things that I can be proud of to say I introduced Tempest to, and she's normally introducing stuff to me. A radio station is meant for you to become a loyal listener. And when you become a loyal listener, if I say, hey, I got concert tickets, you go, man, I always listen to this station. I need those concert tickets. And then boom. Now, in order to monetize your book even more, or monetize your etiquette even more, you create a book series or a product or a program out of it, and you put it on podcast and YouTube. Let me explain in very layman's terms. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to sell from your podcast like you would sell from the stage, Jerome. Now I'm talking right to you, Jerome. Let me tell you how to make your book work for you. Okay? You can record a 30-second audio. And you're going to put it in the middle of the episode or the front or the end of the episode. And every time someone listens to you, they're going to hear your own commercial in your own voice with music behind it talking about your book. Okay? Let's pause real quick. I'm doing so much on my computer I won't be able to do it. Never mind. I was going to show y'all the Tempest S. Smith Overcoming Low Self-Esteem podcast. She just did something similar to it yesterday. Tempest and Food Around made her audio podcast a video and then put it on Facebook. Now, John Calloway, you don't know, but in the show, every podcast has show notes. You can make them as long as you want. And you can say who you are, how about you, how to reach you, etc. I see your hand up, John Whiskey. How to reach you, how to do this, how to do that, etc. And then boom. What? Pam Norris do a month ago. Saw Pam Norris do a month. That's right. Ice Buddy did it. Tempest figured it out. Showed me how to do it. Now, Ice Buddy, ATS, we killing it. It's over. Done. And you put in your show notes. Now, when you put something in your show notes, and then you put an audio on it and say, hey, check this out, that podcast becomes a lead magnet, don't it? What's the first step of having a sales funnel? A lead magnet. And then you put your website in where they can buy what they just heard. Now you just created a sales funnel. Now you took one book, you got 30 episodes, that's 30 sales funnels for one book. You're welcome. Yeah, I heard Darryl tell y'all a long time ago, everything for me is a sales funnel. Everything for me is a sales funnel.
I just want to tell y'all that this is stuff he tell me. He's giving y'all insider
every
information
day.
right now.
I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it away. Nobody ever processed. I mean, it doesn't even. Some of the stuff that you all are thinking and doing, you're not really thinking it out. You're just not thinking it out. Everything for me is a sales funnel. Did I say that? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everything for me is a sales funnel. Everything for me is a sales funnel. I'm trying to say it real slow. I need y'all to get something. Let me just show you. I just pulled up So Happy and Grateful on Amazon. Just check this out real quick. My computer's doing a lot. But it's ranked 144,000 in total books, period. Y'all, thank you. This book's been out, though, for over a month now, 2 months. It should have been died down. I stay right here. This is normal. This is normal. This is absolutely normal. I don't need to pay nobody. I don't need to spend no money. It's normal. I need you to get that for you to be 100,000 in total books off of the 10 million book database, you got to be making a lot of sales. Yeah, I keep trying to get this bestseller bag so you can be cute. That's not a good strategy, Jerome. A good strategy is not let me sell 100 quick books so I can hit bestseller. A good strategy is let me sell 100 books an hour. Sell 100 books, I hit bestseller, now I got it, and now my stuff done died down. Yo, I'm one of the most in my city, my county. I am the most recognized and successful author in my whole county. Nobody's ever sold more books to me. I'm saying about the books, it's about podcasts. And pay attention. It's about turning my book into a program. It's about putting stuff on YouTube about the book. I had Tempest, my web designer, as she is all hours. That's it. In fact, Tempest, unmute your mic for me real quick. Because I purposely don't say stuff. Because if I say it, then y'all will be like, oh, nah. I'm trying to see something. Because this is YouTube, power of YouTube. Understand it. You there, Tempest? Tell your mama, say, let me hold you for a second. I had Tempest. I'm gonna show y'all. I had her. Y'all don't even know this yet. This is top secret. I haven't even released it yet. All this is explained to YouTube. I'm just using. This is what they say right here. And then So Happy Series podcast. Who faces that? Who faces this? Daryl's really going to appreciate this. I know for sure Daryl is going to appreciate this. I could send you the Apple for this. I could. I'll show you. Right here. I could send you the Apple for this. I could. There you go. There you go, right here. Y'all see these names? Mm-hmm. You see them, right? I could, but then that's Apple's economy. Mm-hmm. Say, Tempest, we need to figure out how to keep people on my website. And I put all the parts. I'll show you. And so we came up with this here. I said, oh, Tempest, that's so hot. That's so amazing. That's amazing, Tempest. What we did was I went purchased Smart Podcast Player. I went and bought it. Here it is. On my website, every single podcast I produce. And I said, I start driving traffic to it, and I realized, man, you know what? That's a lot of work for people to go find out which one to do. You know what I should have did, Tempest? You say what? I said, what I should have did was individualize it as well. Now, this is where you see this here. When I send people to go listen to Jerome and Talisha, it's going to be on my website. My website. Who heard me say my website? My website.
Folks, my name is Jerome Red. I'm out of Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm very fortunate to host the new upcoming podcast, So Happy, written by Mr. Angelo T. Smith Jr.
That's it. I just need you to know. Intro, Talisha's on the outro. Hey, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. All that stuff. And this is how you do your YouTube. The same, because podcasts is going to come up. I'm knocking out podcasts and YouTube at the same time, and it's the same concept. You take content from over her, and you put it right here. You understand? If you got your content in one place, you're wrong. If you did a Facebook Live and that Facebook Live is not also on YouTube, do push-ups. You owe me 100 push-ups.
Yeah, so he watching more videos on Dr. Joe than he reads his book.
You know what? And there it is. I watch more videos on Dr. Joe than I read his books. That's what YouTube is for.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, would you really like to know what YouTube is for? YouTube is for me to listen, even though it's a video, while I work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so busy, if I pick up Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, I have to concentrate and I can't work, but I can listen to him and work at the same time. What platform is going to let me do that? It has an algorithm that keep me in the Dr. Joe Dispenza world or anybody like him. YouTube. And you got 2 YouTube videos up. Am I making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Then, here's what you want to do with YouTube. After you're done, you want to save the link, write a little cute post, and then go to your fan page and schedule the post you just did that you just put on YouTube. Pam Norris is for you. You're going to love this. You're about to love it. Okay? You're about to love it. You take your Ice Buddy podcast, since you made a video, you put it on YouTube. Put it in the playlist. Now, you take that link and you take the same description you put on Facebook and you put it in your note app on your phone, Android, Apple, whatever. And you copy and paste it. Then you go to your fan page. And then you schedule that one post that's now on YouTube 4 times in the next 30 days. You schedule to release it 4 times in the next 30 days. If the day is the 28th, you're going to say, by the 27th, I need to schedule this 4 times. Same post, don't change the word, 4 times. Because the algorithm don't let Robin see all my stuff. And watch what I just did. One content, took it from Facebook, put it to YouTube, also put it on podcasts. 3 posts right there automatically. And now it's on YouTube. I'm going to post it 4 times in 30 days on all my social media. If I just got a fan page, let it be. That's one content that gets shared at least 8 times in 30 days. Mess around and hit a triple-double. I'm sorry. Today was a good day, Ice Cube. Don't worry about it. Mess around. And what is that? One time, I factored it to 8, right? Mm-hmm. Now drop 7 videos a week. Actually take the advice, Talisha, and do 7 videos a week. Like somebody said, drop your etiquette every day, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if I did 1 times 8, logically, 7 times 8 is what it is now. Is 7 times 8 grade still 56 in all the world?
All the world.
Okay. That's now one page, you, person, getting seen 56 times a week. How much money do you think Noonie Bougie would be making if people saw you 56 times a week? That was very simple. I just knocked out podcasts and YouTube. I'll go ahead and say this more about podcasts. Podcast is another one like Twitter. You need to be authentic. Okay? Someone mentioned about having, actually, Noonie Bougie. Some of you, you're not really as good as you think you are. Because when you start a TV show, you always got to have somebody to interview. And what you're saying is, let me ride this other person's energy to be relevant. You won't admit you're saying that to yourself. But that's what you're saying. If you look at my podcast, I rarely do interviews. If I do, it's with a millionaire or a billionaire. I rarely do it, but everyone can get millionaire or billionaire. You kind of have to like attracts like, right? I get that. But I'm not doing interviews. Because I'm saying me. When I do keynotes, all me is asking me the same question, Robert. Do you need a PowerPoint? No, I want people to pay attention to me. I came to hold the crowd, not this PowerPoint. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, let's keep going.
Thank you. Thank you. You know your keynote, you did kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The next one on the list is none other than Facebook. So first, Antonio, thank you for all of the information about YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, start your YouTube page. Facebook. Up to today, Facebook is still the biggest social media platform in the game. If you're serious about building and monetizing a personal brand, you have to have a Facebook page. As Gary argues, the big advantage of Facebook is that it is flexible and serves as a distribution channel. You can post and share any piece of content from a blog to a video or a podcast. It's also the best platform to target your audience if you have a small budget. Last tip, use Facebook Live. Video is emerging on Facebook, so you need to get good at this as soon as possible. This is everything Antonio just mentioned, everything Antonio has been saying to us, and everything he actually does. So Antonio, Facebook.
Oh, you want me to go?
You have killed Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook made me famous. It's too big to ignore, so you got to be on it. It's just pure scale at this point. You got to be on it. It's too big to ignore. Facebook, it's so much to talk to, so I'm going to do this very rapidly and consecutively. Someone should be taking notes. I'm going to put on my fast brain, let's roll. Repost your content. Stop thinking about posting your content once as if it's a Grammy dress that you can never wear again ever because you are an A-list celebrity and you can't be seen in the outfit twice. Okay? You need to be thinking about posting your content 6 times a year. I mean, it's just too big for people to have seen your content. And if they did see it, guess what? You better be like the BET Awards and show these BET Awards for the next month every day. If you don't know anything about that, just you'll see. What you need to do is think about posting your content 6 times a year. Denise Hill, I see she's on this screen here. She did a fantastic series, and I watched 90% of the series. It was over, not stress, it was depression. It was amazing. And she had a shirt with every saying. I'm just telling you, she's got shirts that you got to get exclusively online somewhere from some exclusive club. She's got it's funny sayings, you know, all over the shirts. But the Depression series was amazing. I ain't seen it again. Oh, look at that. She just posted the link right there. This is the first quarter of the year. She should be thinking, the next 3 quarters, I need to run this series again. At the very least, you helping people. You know how many people out there struggling with depression? That's 4 times a year. But it ain't just 4 times a year, because I think she did a 25-part series, if I'm not mistaken. It was like 20 or 25. Actually, let me let her talk. Denise, how long was it? It was beautiful. It was the best thing I've seen from her, and she's done a lot of great things. 30 days. 30 days? 30 days. That means, y'all ready for this? Come on now. That's 30 times 4 in it. That's 120. That's 33% of the year. She would dominate your screens. Stay relevant. People would literally go back and say, man, I had to watch this again. This one got me. That's how you should be using Facebook. Don't forget the 3 and 3 technique. I say it all the time. And everything I'm telling you right now is for free. I'm intentionally designing the keynote as for you not to spend money. Everything on Facebook, 3 and 3 technique. But I pushed it to 3, 3, and 3 technique. You inbox 3 people, strike a conversation. Don't sell. Fellas, I know Denise is cute. Watch it. You understand? The fastest way to lose a customer is to start flirting. I get it. You've seen them red heels. But please stay out her DM with that stuff. Please, please, please keep your picture to yourself. You understand? You understand? Am I doing okay? All right, good. Now, there's Soro. Oh, I forgot the Lord. I forgot that connection that fast. All right. But honestly, go in there. Denise, man, I really appreciate what I just said about her series is what I could have put in her inbox. Because I watched like 90% of the series. You know how much stuff I don't watch on Facebook? I watched it. I watched like 90% of the series and it was worth it. She was genuine. And she just has this presence about it, right? But the content was fantastic. And I don't even struggle with depression. And I felt every single one of those videos because at some point in my life, she was talking to me. Since I don't struggle now, don't mean I can't relate. And it don't mean I don't know nobody who can relate. Except when anybody said, man, I really enjoyed the 20-part series. I hope you relaunch it again. I would love to see that. I would watch it all over again. I'm sure there's 100 other people out there like that, like me. She would appreciate that. I would not have a relationship with her. And I go through 3 more people. Then I go 3 more people comments. I put real comments on. Everybody stop real quick and look at Tempest hat. Look at that. No. I'll mute your mic so they can say, I got you unmuted. Say something.
Hi.
Look at that. We about to make some money today. That's it. She got the curls popping. We about to make some money today. All right. Now, let's see. 3 comments, and then you post on 3 people's walls. Same thing. Here's another way that you should be using Facebook. You should have bright colors because Facebook has a white wall, doesn't it? Subtitles on your videos. Something that I used to do, stopped doing, going back to. How many of you, the moment you get a video, you go, oh my God, I don't know this person. I might be interested in them. Let me test them out. None of you. None of you do that. None of you go, hey, here's someone that may waste my time. Let me check them out. Nope. No. What you do is you look at this video and you read that banner they have across. This video is talking about this. You go, I might be interested in that. They got some subtitles. How many of you have watched a video for the whole length of that video and never turned on the sound and shared the video and said, this is good? Yep. Look at all these hands going up. Because at this point, you try to control the very last of your privacy and your choices. And I turn on my sound when I want to turn on my sound. I wish I had somebody to understand what I'm saying. You understand? This is why you want to put those banners and those you know, the thingamabobbies, subtitles. The thingamabobbies right now. Facebook's too big to ignore. You also want to share other relevant content. That Tempest is doing this great. Ice Buddy is doing this probably better than anybody. Oh, it's a natural disaster. Let me show y'all. Let me tell you what's happening in another part of the world. And it matches their brand. I frequently show, remember, we're all connected. It's my number one core principle. Man, you let me find a soldier. Let me find a soldier, and it came back from war and surprised his son, and you got this 17-year-old kid crying and it saw dad. That's going on my page. Because I can relate. You understand? So 90% of my Army career in the field. I can relate. Sergeant Red over there know what I'm talking about. Daryl know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, it's real. Phil and Susan know what I'm talking about because they have a son in the military. We can all relate. Use Facebook like that. Facebook's just flat out too big to ignore. It's also the number one platform that will make you where you at. And let me just say this before I forget. I was going to save it to the end, but let me just say this before I forget. Y'all, please listen to me. The internet is your way out. And I'm specifically talking to my baby boomers right now. But I'm talking to baby boomers and people of color, okay? If you are over 40 and you are a person of color, you listen to me, because this is for you. The internet is your ticket out. Because the rest of the world is controlled by a culture that's already tried and tested it. It's controlled. You don't have to like that. You don't have to agree with it. But it's facts. They don't even care about color no more. At this point, be in this class, and this class is being oppressed. Poor people can't pay taxes. Rich people don't pay taxes. Middle class pay all these taxes. Don't act like I'm not telling the truth. This is just data. This is facts. The internet don't care about that. You know why the internet is so much of a blessing to you baby boomers? Because the dominant culture has told you baby boomers, you're too old. We're going to live for somebody younger. You're too much of a person of color. We're going to skip you over. The internet is not the dominant culture. I'm trying to make it make sense, but I think me doing the Disney Channel version is not getting my message across. So I'll take out the Disney Channel and I'll put it in PG-13. It's not the old, out-of-touch white man telling you what a woman what to do with her body. It's not our Congress. It's not the people oppressing you. The internet, all of y'all can be rich. It is the last we have a space force, for God's sake. This is real. Unless you're building a rock, the dominant culture just said, yeah, we about to control space too. Am I lying? Am I? Let me hear from somebody. Do you know we have a space force? Am I making this up? Am I the only one? Y'all know we got a space force, right? A new branch of the military. It's for real. Okay. Thank you. We are now controlling future space. But you know what don't have no control, Lisa Garrett? The internet. You know who don't care if you retired? The internet. PJ, if your product is good, internet don't care how old you are. Don't care how direct you are. The internet don't care about your diabetes, your Parkinson's, your overweight, your obeseness. The internet cares about your content and your product. And if it's good enough, you'll be rich. And that's a word for somebody this year. Because you've been feeling held back. The internet don't hold back. The internet. Look at Will Smith. Who has seen Will Smith and his bucket series on Facebook? Will Smith said, yeah, Hollywood, let me tell you something. I'm going around y'all. I'm going directly to my customers. Mm-hmm. Come on, y'all. Jada Pinkett Smith is nominated for a Talk Emmy, Daytime Talk Emmy. I ain't gonna say too much about this because Timmy may talk about it tomorrow. But I need you to get, that don't even make no sense. She ain't on the TV. And she's nominated for a Daytime Emmy because her show is outstanding. If you want to save money on therapy, watch Red Table Talk. I'm trying to tell you, Red Table Talk is therapy for real. You coming out of there better. Pam Norris says she's been watching it. Yeah, the internet is outstanding. And I'm attempting to give you the finest content. John Nowinski, retired entrepreneur, mid-50s. And that's like, bro, you're the right person. I'm serious. Now, if John Nowinski tries to apply for a job and say, listen, you know what? Retired, I'm in my mid-50s. You say, Pam Norris already shaking her head. The internet's like, yes, please. Please come here, please. He is a gold cast video waiting to happen. How many you can hear? You can hear right now, dramatic music, and you hear his voice. So you can't see his face yet. You can hear the voice. Yeah, I was 55 and retired, and I got tired of working for a major corporation. I said I was going to do it myself, and I wanted to do some CDs, and I just wanted the people to be connected, and I wanted to help people. And I used landing pages to fund what I really wanted to do. And there's his face right there, and it's just this skinny looking white guy named John Nowinski.
Hey, I just want to add. I want to add to my story in that actually I have a job interview this afternoon, probably in about an hour or so that I'm going to be leaving. But what is so cool is that my wife has been complaining about, John, you got to get a job. You got to get a job. And I just sit back and I told my mom this the other day. I said, the universe knows what I need. And I'm just going to sit back. I'm not going to worry about it. And the job that I have this afternoon is actually for a company called Justuno, who helps companies look at their data and create pop-ups and drive more influential email. And this is the direction I want to take my life in. And I'm going, cool. I'll get a job with a company that will teach me everything I need to know, and then say, thank you for the money, and I'm out of here, and take all my new knowledge and go to the next level. So
that's right.
I know the universe is saying, hey, John, I know things are getting a little tight. We're going to throw some money your way, but we're going to also teach you what you need to know to make your landing pages and Facebook pixels and all that, and we're going to pay you to do it. So
brilliant.
That's where I'm going.
Brilliant. And that's going to be part of your Goldcast story. And on your TED Talk, that's what you're going to say. You're going to get all the fans, because there's no regulation on the internet. That's why they try to regulate it, y'all. They're trying to regulate it. They're trying to end net neutrality so you can't keep coming for them. YouTube celebrities now make more than A-list celebrities. You heard it here first. I guarantee
Can you
in 3 to
explain how
5
you
years.
on the phone with me and I'm getting emails from you at the same time, sir?
Oh, bro, that's the power of YouTube. I've been the whole time we've been talking. I've been having 10 videos uploaded to YouTube. They went to Instagram first yesterday. Now they're on YouTube. And all I'm doing is hitting publish because they was already done. They were just uploading. So you're going to get you're looking at the power of YouTube right now. No games is being played.
That's
10
what
episodes.
I want you to hit on. That's what I want you to hit on, the fact that
So let me tell you what I'm doing.
You're literally in a training class and you're sending out content that you use on another social media to dominate this social media in order to keep making money.
Because the world is mine. Because the world is mine. And here's what's crazy about it, y'all. What's crazy about it is I decided, you know what? I'm not dominating enough. This is what I'm going to start doing. I think I told Tempest this here. If you don't know, here's what I'm getting ready to do next. This is my next move. Y'all want to know inside information? I'm going to give you my next move. Tempest, your hat's on point, by the way, too, though. It really is. I'm looking at it right now. Hold on. I got to unmute you so you can say something. Go ahead and say something so you can dominate. Y'all see that? Look at that right there. That's it right there. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Brian, I just bought a pair of Brian's $167 shoes.
Come on, Grace 2.
He got his
Come
own
on, y'all.
shoe
Let's
line
give it
now.
up. Let's
Grace
give it
2.
up. Yes, yes.
Grace 2. Now check this out. This is my next move, Lisa Garrett. I'm going to start dropping shows like Netflix. How does Netflix drop shows? If you pay attention to what I did on Instagram yesterday, I'm changing how Instagram works. I've been noticing everybody ain't doing it, but I am. And what they do is they got these little series, and they're one a week, and they say you new episodes every week, and they do one. No, Netflix, when Netflix drop a new show, Lisa Garrett, they say, hey, come watch all 13 of them. That's what I just did to Instagram. It's what I just did to Facebook. It's what I just did to, not Instagram, but it's YouTube. And I'm purposely not posting it on Facebook. It's going to Instagram, YouTube, and probably Vero. That's it. Then when I schedule it, Lisa Garrett, in 4 times in 30 days, okay? Well, the way you spoke, you had that Lisa Nichols going on, boo-boo. You sure did, right? 4 times in 30 days, that's 10 episodes. 10 times 4 is 40, ain't it? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to put that on YouTube. On Facebook. And say, by the way, go to my other networks and go subscribe over there. And I'm doing all of that while being in tune and attendance right here. Because it was already uploaded. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not even working. I'm just hitting publish because I had already had everything set up. I was just waiting on YouTube to process it. That's why I was scared to share my screen. I had 10 tabs uploading videos.
So
no games.
One of the YouTube channels that my wife watches is Vietnamese game shows. And one of the cool things they actually do is they not only make the money, from the YouTube commercials being spiced in, they do their own commercials within their own show saying, hey, did you see episode 5 of the game show? You're on episode 4. Be sure to, we've already got 5 uploaded. When you finish here, go watch that. So then driving visitors to that channel so they can get more views and get more money from YouTube. And they do that 3-4 times during their 1-hour show of a game show. So they're not only making money from YouTube, but they're reminding you to go and see the other shows so they make more views on those shows as well.
Boom. Brilliant, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Not only is that brilliant, but if you watch the 10 shows I just put up, that one season, if you watch it, it ends with Meet Peter. Peter is, right, and Play Better University. I got my own commercial and my own show, but that's not it. Lisa Garrett, I don't know if you went check Play Better University because all of y'all got it for free. Well, not for free. You paid a lot of money to be here, but you got it there. but you don't have to do what everyone else do. It's actually a standalone product. Plant-Based University is the beginning of my TV network. It's my TV network. Everybody else is in motivation speaking. I'm in TV, and I play like I'm in TV. And if you go look on Plant-Based University, almost 70 videos have been added in the last 3 days. So while I'm pushing people to Plant-Based University, there are exclusive shows. I just dropped 10 episodes about me talking about real estate. On one of them, all there. And I just produced, I'm currently recording season 3, 4, 5, and 6 of Creators. And it's only going on Plant-Based University. In the next 60 days, 100 episodes of Creators Show on Plant-Based University will be up. 100. 100. That's insane. That's how I roll. And I can't keep up. I don't want you to keep up. I want you to get rich. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want you to keep up. I want you to get rich. I want you to look at something, you go, man. Because then you go, no, seriously, you got to listen to Antonio. No, I'm serious. He's different. No, I'm telling you, he keeps just giving it away. You got to check it out. I need you to get that as long as you have a membership with me, your membership increases value every 30 days just from knowing me. The guy was on a sales call yesterday. The guy wants to get into the Bureau of Dominant Speakers. And I jumped on the phone with him. And he just bought one of Dan Locke's programs. Amazing. And I told him lifetime membership. He said, wow, that was unexpected. I said, oh, let me explain to you. That means that there are no fees, there's no monthly dues. Y'all do know it should be monthly dues for as much as y'all stuff be increasing. It really should be. It should be. It should be monthly dues. It really should. There's no monthly dues. I'm asking you for $500 a month. I'm not even putting that sneak one in there. Renew your yearly membership. I'm not even doing that. And I say it's willable, sellable, transferable down to your children. Really? Yes, sir. I said you got 2 options when that happens. You either say your account, okay, I'm done learning, I appreciate you. I want to transfer my account with my kid. They have to keep their name, the name you already got, or we can just put it inside their name. Just like that. But when you get a lifetime membership, I mean that. Lifetime membership. Yeah. So if y'all got a 17-year-old kid ain't quite getting right, get them a lifetime membership or transfer your membership over to them. Or, share your password. That's the old Netflix way. You understand? The old Netflix way. One person paid for it, 6 people use it. You understand? But that's the point. That's how I use YouTube. YouTube is my TV. I'm ABC, NBC, CBS. Pay attention to me. Because there's only so much screen time out there, and I want it. At the heart of this is I just want you to understand this one thing. I want you to understand, if you forget anything I've said before, I want you to get that this cell phone is life. This is virtual reality without being virtual reality. I need you to get that it is, when John Lewinsky said his wife, which I'm assuming is over 50, watches YouTube, you didn't even go, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. She shouldn't be watching YouTube. She should be waiting on the 10 o'clock news. Let her know it's time to go to bed. Or maybe that's just black families. I don't know. That 10 o'clock news.
It's the only way she can get Vietnamese content, because the other option is getting a direct TV contract like her brothers, who are paying $40 a month for one Vietnamese channel, you know, and she has identified 10 Vietnamese channels from Vietnam that she subscribes to and just bounces between it. And we have the computer hooked up to her 45-inch screen TV, and it's just like watching regular television.
Just like watching regular television. Just like that. I'm doing
and I'm
this
learning
so well.
Vietnamese as well because I'm sitting there watching it with her and
That's right.
catching on.
Dude, you just taught the class better than me. Everything this man just said is what I need y'all to get across. The same way she can't get Vietnamese content without paying $99 for some special package is the same way you can't get the content I teach without paying some coach $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Yeah, stop playing like they're not charging y'all $20,000. I know they are. I know who they are. I've seen the receipts. In some cases, I was the sales team. I know what they charge it. What they doing for 20, 30 grand, I'm just saying go to my podcast.
Oh, you better talk, boy. With your fresh haircut.
Well, you know, I sure appreciate you, man. You did do a good job. Brian Johnson is my barber. He keeps me fresh. He keeps me fresh like a bar of soap. That's it. That's it right there. Now, who by chance listens to the Secret to Success podcast? I mean, a real listener. Someone that's a real listener. You listen to the Secret to Success podcast. There's no one here. That's not your fault. That's my fault. Is that it? James L. Jackson? Is that yes? If you're not listening to the Secret Success podcast, which it's millions, but you know, it's cool. James listens to it. Y'all, if you only listen to that, you'll make millions of dollars. If you only listen to that, on there, I mean, there's been 2 billionaires on there, which I rarely do interviews. If you only listen to that, Secret to Success podcast, if you only listen to that, you'll be good.
Hey, Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, when it comes to podcasting, I only have like 3 podcasters that I listen to, and yours is dominating on top of Vincent Lacchiani and Ty Lopez, and obviously like Grant Cardone and Dan Locke. I actually just got Dan Locke Instagram this morning while at work, selling a pin. But man, I really dig the podcast that you have. Like I can focus when I listen to those. Being here, like on these calls right now, they're good for me. I'm driving and working, so I like to stay tuned. But those podcasts, that's what hit home for me.
That's what hit home, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in a second.
Question.
I'm gonna tell you why. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so you have your audience are baby boomers and Generation Next, and you're a millennial. James is a millennial. You have a few millennials on here. We understand. I mean, they understand the power podcast. I understand because I was taught by you. But how can I get in my car, turn on my car, and hear podcasts versus the radio?
First off, the radio has commercials and content you don't want to hear. Podcasts, you find a good podcast that you like, is everything you want to hear. That's number one. 2, your radio more than likely can't go inside your earbuds as comfortable as you would like it to be with the sound quality that you would like it to have. Tempest right now has to hear me. If she listens to the radio, she has to hear the sound of the tires hitting the road. You understand? Radio, if you're on a long trip, will actually cross over and turn out, and you can't hear it no more. You stream on your device, it's all good. Radio is not on demand. Radio can't be rewinded. Your podcast can't. This is why.
Me, sir. You just so. This is not a sales call, but you just sold me podcast.
it's why people are using it. And I just put all 3 links to the. If you want to go to my website, you can. If you got Apple, it's right there. If you got Android, it's right there. You don't have to go to it. Just to show you. Just to show you. I mean, you grow. You ain't got to go to it. I got 576. I got 576 total everything, like total rating, 5-star rating. Like, this isn't a small podcast. I don't want you to think that this is a pitch. I'm telling you. Well, let me tell you, the content on Secrets of Success is different than the content you have. I don't repeat content. That's stupid. I'm telling you to repurpose your content because people can't see it all on one platform because the iTunes audience is different than the YouTube audience. So that's a repurposing. Because Darren may want to listen to my podcast on YouTube while he's playing. Easier. But please believe that on Secrets to Success, you can only find that content on Secrets to Success. On Brick by Brick, you can only find that one on there. Overcoming low self-esteem for the entrepreneur, which is Tempest. Overcoming low self-esteem for the regular person, which is Tempest. You can only find that content there. Yes. Deanna has a question.
PJ was actually asking the question, what makes the podcast more valuable than recording the same content up to YouTube or car travel?
It's more valuable for a few reasons, but you can actually use the same content. I'm not telling you not to. As you get bigger, you'll just start creating more content. The reason why podcast is more valuable now is because all of y'all are busy as hell. You're busy. You're busy. After this call, you're going to be videoed out. And if you don't know it, you're going to transfer over to voice now. You're going to start listening to stuff instead of watching stuff. Podcast allows you to drive and listen. Work and listen. You understand? It allows you to be mobile. It allows you to be in the mall, shop and listen. I work out to podcasts. I work out to people teaching me how to market better. I'm hurting my muscles while listening. It's what they used to call video in the car. No, library in the car. Library on wheels with a motivational speaking. Drive time library. That's what podcast is now.
See, my wife thinks when we go out of town for several hours out of town that I want to rent a car just so that I don't put mileage on the car. Well, it's partly that, as well as we have a 2006 Honda Civic, and the new cars actually have where I can hook up my phone or whatever to the new phone, to the new stuff in the new cars, and I can listen to podcasts and YouTube and everything while we're driving for hours and learning marketing and all that wonderful stuff. She just thinks I'm doing it not to put mileage on the car. Well, I'm being selfish so I can listen to podcasts for several hours and I don't have to listen to some of her Vietnamese YouTube videos that she's watching, and I can continue to learn.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let me show. I want to show you something that you're not necessarily paying attention to. John is absolutely brilliant in what he said. Lisa, Daryl, PJ, Phil, Susan, both Johns, Dave, Denise, especially Denise, especially Denise, Robin, Jerome, Pam Norris, Michelle Mueller. This is for y'all. Others, you can get it. This is for y'all. And I picked a certain demographic of people. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to share my screen. While I'm sharing my screen, bonus tip, videos process. All I got to do is hit. All I got to do now is hit, just to be lazy, put in my name. This is what I'm going to show you, but, bonus. Okay, hit in my name. It's already in my category. Now you can get another email. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, man. It's just that simple. That's what I've been doing all day in the background. Man, it's that simple. Now, That's not what I wanted to show you. Oh, this is in my way. This is what I want to show you. iTunes. This is my library. Who's that? Shane, you know I subscribe. You get it? Shane, you know I subscribe. Shane, you know I subscribe. So congratulations, Pam Norris. I am subscribed to you. Is she smiling? Okay, Grace says subscribe to. All the podcasts I listen to. Now, of course, I got my own podcast in here. That makes sense. Makes sense. But look, stuff you don't even know about. Like I'm on the man. I work out. This guy, you don't even want to know. 952 episodes. Don't even matter. Now I want to show you something. I want all those names to pay attention. In fact, let me blow up this screen. This is the store to podcasts, new and noteworthy. Yes, I just want to show you. I want to show you why I didn't need to tell you how to go get the podcast. I don't want you to think that. Now we're going to go to categories. Education. Refreshes the screen. This is new and noteworthy. Can y'all see this? Can you see me moving this? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like this is my screen, the person? All right, I need to get. Let's put it down there. New and noteworthy. Okay, this is that. But watch this here. We're going to go to top podcast in education category. Now, here are your top podcast. You should already see it. You ain't got to scroll down. You should already see it. I saw it. It's right here. Okay. It's right here. It's in the way. Okay, here it is. Look, y'all. Look. Pay attention. I'm in front of TED Education. I'm in the but look how many TED. Les Brown, number 40. Good job here. They just started that.
Have you ever did a TED Talk, and would you do one?
Absolutely, I would do one. I'm going to do one, and I'm on my way. Absolutely. TED Talk is the standard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he just mentioned mine. Didn't he mention mine?
No, James, that's not awesome. You don't want Antonio to do a TED Talk. If he's brutally honest right here on his own platform, imagine what he's going to do to TED Talk.
I already got it written. It's
already
written.
Antonio's talk.
Y'all don't get it. Y'all think
already
Antonio
written.
being nice to y'all. Like y'all see this nice side. Y'all don't want no TED Talk from Antonio. Antonio
Actually,
super
and that's one
aware.
of my dreams is doing
He's
a TED Talk.
super intelligent, and
I already
he ain't
got
gonna
it.
hold his tongue for nobody.
I already know what I'm talking about, so it's already done. I already wrote 2 TED Talks. I've been trying to decide, but I decided in January which one I was going to do. 200. It's only 200 top podcasts per category, but there's hundreds of thousands. I think like 500,000 podcasts. So I need you to get. This ain't even the top 1%. This is the top 0.5%. I just need you to get this. Now imagine how easier it would be to launch any business when you have an audience this big. People think social media is not my number one platform. Podcast is. I reach 2.5 million people a week. It's unfair. It is. It's unfair. People are learning Spanish and then listening to me. It's unfair. It's crazy unfair what I'm doing. It's honestly just not fair. It's just not. It's not. I mean, look at these people that are amongst here. Look at them. This is the business category. Just look at the brilliance here. Look at the brilliance here. You want to be amongst these people. You do. You want to be here. Let's go to health.
That's why I said
you want to be here.
That's why I said I rent cars just so that I can do that for those couple
there you
hours.
Go.
But I also
there
do
you
that
go.
when I'm working at the house too on my stuff. I have this always going in the background, just filtering in. I may not be listening to it on a conscious level, but subconsciously, I'm a sponge, just soaking it all in.
Get it in there. Get it in there. It's amazing. Yo, this is amazing. Watch this here. Look, I type in Tempest's name. 4 podcasts pop up under her name. 3 of them she owns. Overcoming Low Self-Esteem. Has 451 ratings. Look at the popularity of these episodes. Tempest is a beast. 451. That's real. No, we'll play it first. Let's type in Talisha Thomas. Look at her. She pop up on Apple now. Type in Jerome Red. There you go. He's done quite a few things. And he's probably been on some of these shows. That's the way it works. There goes Jerome Red, or a Jerome Red. When you come in, this is what Daryl loves to do. Daryl loves to say, well, just go research it, boy. Just go research it. If you type in my name on YouTube, on podcast, look at these, like, yo, this is really getting downloaded. Like, for real. I have 2-hour episodes that are popular. Now look, albums. Let's go to see all. These are all top ranked podcasts. This guy's a award winner. Look at it. Pay attention. Pay attention. These are all the people fall in love with me, getting ready to buy from me. I don't even know who they are. Don't even know who they are. And don't need to. That's the power. That's the power. That's why. Because voice is getting ready to take back over, PJ. Because we're so busy. Voice, you're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. Phone, call Daryl. You're doing it right now. You're too busy. Voice is taking back over because we're too busy. We finna start walking in houses, lights on. And as long as we stay busy, the power of voice is gonna stay relevant. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? You had any more on there? Yes, I design every podcast cover. Sure do. And I'm glad she said that, because the goal is you want to design your cover so well that it looks good so small, like the size of these videos on Zoom right now. Yes. Go ahead.
The ones we have left are Instagram,
Okay.
Voice First, and Black Planet.
All right, Black Planet was just recently bought by Solange. And now you get to use the power. You still got your mic on. Now you get to use the power of being first. You get to use power of being first. You're gonna put in some stuff in there. Boom. The Voice First, I just explained that. Instagram is the #1 social media network out right now, whether you want it to be or not. Whether you want it to be or not, it's that old saying. Give me 3 more minutes and we're out of here. It's that old saying, a picture tells 1,000 words. Go ahead, Michelle, you got your question. Okay. It's that old saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Instagram, you can say more. All the celebrities are there. Instagram, and then they got the videos. And the reason why Instagram is killing it so much, because their organic reach is just so powerful. you can still post something on Instagram and most of your audience see it. That's why Instagram is doing so well. LinkedIn has the best organic reach out of everybody. You mentioned LinkedIn. Instagram is the #1 social media platform, period, point blank, and you better respect it.
Can I ask a question?
Sure can.
For Instagram, how do you, they give you an option to share your media from Instagram to Facebook and Twitter and other platforms. I've done that, but how come I'm not seeing it on, if I post them on Instagram, how come I'm not seeing it on Facebook?
That's because you probably did it. No, it's not about wrong. It's just backwards. You probably gave Facebook permission to post on Instagram and not Instagram permission to post on Facebook, or you didn't do it with your fan page. Either way, all you got to do is just go into either platform, go into settings, and then just make sure you share with the other one. That's it. That's all you have to do. Yeah, that's the answer to that question. Let's see. Take Instagram seriously. You need to be taking Instagram. I'm telling you right now, I slept on Instagram far too long. You need to be taking Instagram seriously, and I'll show you. I'll show you right now how you need to be taking Instagram seriously, and then we're out of here. I just typed in Instagram on my laptop, which you don't really use Instagram on your laptop, but the first person that popped up was this little pretty face right here. Who's that? Felicia. Okay, you get it? So I'm going to go ahead. I feel like it. 22 minutes ago. So she's on it. She put us on pause, shot a little video real quick, got inspired, and said, I'm going to dominate it. And tell her not to keep calling me out. You know what I'm saying? Great. Now, they let you use Instagram on your laptop now just so you can post stuff to IGTV. But look, I dropped a whole season of one show. This yesterday, but I want you to pay attention though. 62 plays, 68, 50, 125, 45, 58, 131, 106, they going. This is less than 12 hours ago. And that's just with 3,000 people. Wow. And you just go. You just look, 325. I was talking about my son. They like that. I was dropping real estate knowledge. 15 comments, 350. But these are real people. And every time they comment, guess what? I'm on them. I'm on them. I'm on them, Jerome. I don't let people comment and not show them love. I understand that Lisa Garrett got 16 deacons out there that like the way she looks. If I can get Lisa Garrett to say, hey, that's 16 deacons I got now. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's 16. I got 1 plus 16 now. They applying. And she got the position closed, but they applying. You understand? And that's how you grow. You got to understand that wherever there's one Lisa, she has influence over 16 different people. I stay very relevant because my organic growth is ridiculous. It's unfair. So I treat people well, I comment back to them, and I give away more value than anybody else. I give away so much value, people still be like, hey, man, come on, you can't get that away, too. And that's it. Instagram is very serious. Take Instagram very seriously. The ATS Business University, it's going to grow on Instagram. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Take Instagram very, very seriously. Deanna, I'm done.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for business training with the Tempest S. Smith. Don't forget to join us. Remember to join us on Sunday for Plant Better Mindset Hour. Everyone have an amazing multi-million-dollar day.
All right, everybody. Appreciate you.
Bye. Appreciate you as well. Bye.